people, welcome back, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, how good was yesterday's Traitors? I enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed it. Let's get into it. So it starts from where it stopped in episode 6. This is episode 7 now. Claudia leaves Leon and Fauzier, and I did tell you that it ended with the traitors walking towards them, and I was thinking, were they going to like eliminate one traitor, but the other would see them? And anyway, she leaves them with 8 cards, all facing down, and they were to keep picking a card until one of them picks the life card, which will mean the other one being eliminated from the show. So they both, well, Fozia wishes Leon the very best. He does the same to her. She picks one card, he picks one, she picks another, he picks, and then it just, that scene fades. And when I was watching it, tension building up, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. All along I've been like, telling off telling off the contestants, the very emotional contestants, for being too invested and too involved and too emotional about the show. And I'm not even on the show, but I just got caught up in my emotions, the build up, the tension. I just wanted to see what was going to happen next. But that scene fades away, and it's the next morning, and everyone is arriving, for breakfast. Mina and Linda are the first to walk in. They walk in, and they kind of like gave us the audience the impression like they don't know what happened or who left or anything, which I tell you, the editing is brilliant for Traitors. Brilliant, because I kind of bought into it. I thought whoever it was that did not get the life card, they had no clue. Anyway, they talk about they just kind of brush over that topic, and then others started making their way until they worked out that they were missing Anna, Alexander, Fauzier, and Linda. Then Claudia comes in. I just loved Claudia's outfit yesterday. She had this black Fair Isle jumper. The skirt was this lovely pleated skirt. She had her tights. I believe she had her boots. With her signature haircut, she just looked mwah. She comes in and she's like, well, you should have noticed by now that these other 4 are not with you. She lets them know what the traitor did, which was put down their names to play this game. And basically their challenge was she was going to hand them a map, work out a riddle, solve this riddle, which will lead them to um, rescuing those that survived the death match game. And at the end of the riddle, not only will they find out who it was that has been eliminated, but she would also add an additional £6,500 to the prize pot. And they had an hour to do so. So they all get into their cars, jeeps, whatever vehicle. Before they do that, they open the scroll, and I think the very first place was a forest, wasn't it? It was a forest. They worked it out, the riddle. They worked it out. I think, was it the Stag Forest now? Walked out, it was a forest. Drove there. There was a coffin there. I saw that and I was like, Jesus Christ! I don't look. Hats off to the contestants. I I have got phobia for many things. One being heights. I am extremely claustrophobic, so I just cannot. You can't pay me enough to stay in a coffin alive for more than 5 seconds. I don't think I would even want to try it. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, really? Anyway, they pull the top of the cover. What am I saying? The top of the cover. The lid of the coffin, you know what I'm saying. Pull that over, and Anna is in there. And Anna quickly, explains to them what's happened. And she was the first to get the life card, and she's holding a scroll that would lead to them trying to solve the riddle and, go rescue the second person who has survived this death match card game. So they read, they solve it, and it leads them to the Idle River. So they get into their cars again, race to the Idle River, and when I tell you that river was idling, I have not seen any body of water that still. And I started to say to myself, how long? Because there was a coffin, on a piece of plank on that river. When I look, that water did not move. It was almost as if it was a piece of paper. It was that still. I think I will go visit that Idle River whenever I make my way to Scotland. They see the coffin there, and it's attached to this rope, so everyone, teamwork, come together, they pull the coffin to themselves, and they take the lid off. It's Alexander. Why was Alexander just blabbing? Bless his heart. I'm sure when he was sat in there, he was thinking, oh my God, people are probably going to think I, I am a traitor, and I set up my fellow contestants for this, and I somehow saved myself from this game. Because when Claudia told them at the breakfast table that um this is what the traitors did, she did mention that the traitors could have picked anyone, faithfuls or traitors. So Lord knows the thoughts that was going through Alexander's heads. But people were kind of like, well, really? Also, it's you. Joe was even like, he was like, yeah, he was kind of, he was hoping it was Fawzia or Leon. But when he saw Alexander, I don't know, people were not feeling it. I felt so bad for Alexander. I just felt like giving him a hug. Like, it's okay. I believe you. I know you're faithful. It's okay. Just don't give them any mind. It's fine. It's okay. Anyway, he's got the scroll. They were like, look, it's fine. You can carry on with your story. We need the scroll. They get the scroll from him. They walk out. That the third place they need to be at is the old distillery. They get there, and it's a cemetery. So I think it's where they actually played the game. And they read the, oh, hang on, have I jumped? Yeah, I'm right, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's the cemetery, because it is the cemetery. They get there, and they need to find um, a grave where the third contestant who survived this life game was. So they walk the riddle out, and they should look for a grave marked with the number 8. And all the graves there were, their numbers were in the Roman numberings. Francesca, somehow she saw this grave and she walked out. Oh, this must be it. This is number 8. And it just looked like it had been freshly dug and covered up, and there were shovels and people were digging. I think they had about 2 or 3 minutes then. Claudia was shouting and encouraging them, look, hurry up and keep digging. And then they realized we're digging up the wrong grave. This is 7. I'm like, oh God, you guys, I'm not going to get £6,500. Then they looked, and I think it was it Jake who now discovered number 8. And as they were about opening up the lid, they take us back to where Fawzia and Leon were playing, fighting to stay in this competition. So Leon, did I say Leon? Leon makes a move, and he picks a card towards Fawzia's side. And Fozia is like, I'm sure that did something to her. I'll also take a card from your side, Leon. And she picks a card. They're both death cards. Then Leon reaches for a card very close to look. This is Fozia here. The card is here. Leon picks it, turns it over. It's the life card. Ah, gosh, it was so close to Fozia, guys. Oh my goodness. So he's still in the game. Fozia is eliminated. So they open up the coffin, not the coffin now, the grave, and Leon comes out and he's also feeling the same way Alexander is feeling, in addition to how he's feeling like, oh my God, people are probably going to think, I'm one of the traitors. He's also pissed off that one of the contestants, actually put him in that situation. So they all make their way back and everyone, gets into their group to discuss what's going on, and people start putting on their thinking hats and they're like, Leanne, for instance, is thinking, look, why am I still here? This is a thought Dan thought of before he was banished, because Dan was like, why am I still here? I'm here. I think I am here because I am close to someone who most likely would be a traitor. So he was banished, and that thought has somehow gotten into Leanna. She's thinking, why am I still here? And everyone is beginning to drop Mina's name. They're like, look, Mina's name has not been brought up before when it comes to banishment. What is going on? People are, the group is getting smaller, and I can appreciate the tension now amongst them, and everyone's emotions being heightened now. So Mina's name is being brought up. Linda is kind of feeling, why, because people are still dropping her name here and there, and she's like, you know what, okay, I am going to, I've got a lot of things to say. I'm going to say it at the round table. Um, and she mentions Leanne, bringing up Leanne's name, and they ask her why are you why is your focus on Leanne, and she's like, oh, she made a comment about her not being close to Livy, which, okay, okay, from maybe from her perspective, both of you were not close. Well, that's not enough to label Leanne as a traitor. You know, words gets back to Leanne that you know Linda has been saying stuff about you. Oh, Leanne matches straight to where Linda was and confronts Linda head on. Like, what's this all about? She is feisty. She's got this Barbie girl, butter cannot melt in my mouth outward appearance, but I don't know how long she was in the army. She's one tough cookie. No messing with Leanne. No, nothing. She stands up for herself. She will confront any issue, anything, being said about her. She will definitely defend herself, and defend herself she did with Linda, you know. Mina is she's gotten wind that, look, Linda is taking the heat, and they've probably discussed. I'm jumping ahead of myself, so I'll save that. I'll save that comment for later. Whose other name is being brought up? Leanne's name is being brought up. Linda's name is being brought up. Mina's name, there are whispers here and there. Anna is really suspecting Mina, because she says she recalls that before they were taken to go play this game, Mina handed her a drink and asked her to please bring the drink, to her somewhere. So she doesn't share that immediately with Mina, but she shares that with a group of the girls. Who are the name? I think Lisa is also suspicious of Linda and Alexander. people are really suspicious of Alexander. So suspicious of Alexander, but he did himself no favors when he was rescued. He did have that guilty look. Wouldn't you agree? I thought he looked guilty, and I guess I guess I can understand that. Sometimes, you are probably overthinking something in your head, and you actually start to become that thing that you're thinking in your head, but it's far from the truth. So it's time for banishment. They all make their way to the round table, and everyone has got something to say. Anna now drops, why she thinks Mina is a traitor and tells her about the drink. Mina immediately just turns it around and was, like, look, I wasn't even thinking about it. I just said, could you look after my drink and bring it with me? I've got nothing to do with this, blah, 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 blah. Alexander gets some heat, but Linda's name is the name that is on almost everybody's lips. And when it comes to writing down names, I was like, look, Mina is going to put down Linda's name. Mina is going to put down Linda's name. Let me say that 3 times. Mina is going to put down Linda's name. Mina is going to put down Linda's name. Mina is going to put down Linda's name. Put down Linda's name, Mina did. And I just had flashback to when she did it to Armani. I was like, either that or they must have had some sort of gentleman's agreement that, look, if push comes to shove and the heat is on me, to protect yourself and to keep going, put my name down. Maybe they agreed on that. She did put down Linda's name, and Linda was banished. So Mina is the only traitor left. As soon as Linda got up there and revealed she was a traitor, oh my goodness. You might as well have told them that they had won £1,000,000 each. I have not seen them rejoice the way they did. And I was happy for them because, I just felt that the atmosphere was becoming a bit too toxic. I actually felt like there was some sort of division and subdivision, between everyone. I don't know if they're actually really enjoying the experience. The traitors are, because every night they get to see someone go home and they know who it is that is going home, apart from when people are being banished. But for the faithfuls, I don't think they're getting like a good night rest. Is it me? Am I being eliminated? Will I be banished? Am I, wearing this guilty look? Are people talking about me? Excuse me, blah, 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 blah. So I don't think the faithfuls are really, really, really having a nice time compared to the traitors. I think the traitors are having a better experience compared to the faithfuls. So she stands there. She says she's a traitor. Everyone rejoices, and Jack. It's Jack, isn't it? Was it Jack or Jake? The one who's always suspected Linda from day one. Jack. I think it's Jack. It's a J name, either Jack or Jake. Oh, everyone is like, you're the man, you're the man, you're the man. He's like, yes, I knew it. I called it out. I called it out from day one. I called it out. They've got this celebration. Everyone is happy. Then it's time for them to make their way, to their rooms. Mina goes to her traitor chamber, so she's all by herself. Claudia comes in and tells her, look, you can't do this alone. You would need to recruit someone, but this time it will be different, because when you are recruiting, it will come with an ultimatum. You either join me as a traitor or I murder you here and now, and that's you out of the game. When she said that to Mina, and asked Mina, who do you want to recruit? I was like, Mina, please, please do not go for Leanne. Please do not go for Leanne. And I'm not saying that Leanne will not make a good traitor. But Liano already has her suspicions about you, and you inviting Leanne to work with you, I don't think she would trust you. You've put on this brilliant act so far. Leanne will not trust you, you know. But I don't give Mina the credit she deserves, because she thinks about Francesca. My mind never went to Francesca, and I was like, do you know she would make an excellent traitor if she does agree to work with you? She would make an excellent traitor, because no, well, people have looked at her in her direction, once or twice, but generally speaking, she's somehow flown under the radar. She talks about Charlotte, and was it Anna? She spoke. I cannot remember if it was Anna she spoke about, but ultimately she goes for Charlotte. So Claudia goes, delivers the letter, inviting Anna, not sorry, inviting Charlotte to come, meet with Mina. But of course, Charlotte doesn't know at the time that she is meeting with Mina. She gets this invitation letter, she reads it, she comes downstairs, and that's Mina just waiting for Charlotte to come. She hasn't taken her hood off where that episode ends. So we will find out if Charlotte is going to accept that invitation or not. And I'm just thinking, is this the beginning of the end? Because so far, Mina has done a brilliant job as a traitor. And I kind of feel like she has carried that traitorship for, I think I would give her a 95%, for steering the traitor boat the way it has gone, and for them surviving so far and so long, without all three of them being exposed. She's playing a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant game. And as much as my one side of me wants the good side of me, the that's my right side, the the angel with the halo that comes to sit down here and whispers why you shouldn't do this, why you should be on the straight and narrow side of me, wants the one faithful at least to win this game. But the devil with the horns here is rooting for Mina. And so far, the devil with the horns, that voice is even louder, you know. Mina is no devil. No, she isn't. It's just a game, but secretly rooting for Mina to win. I am rooting for Mina to win this game, just because I just feel she's just done a very, very, very good job. I missed a clip. Shortly after Leon makes his way, after picking up the life card, we see the traitors walking towards Faurzia. So they took that clip and somehow added it to the end of episode 6 and gave us the impression that they were going to like eliminate the traitor, with both of them being there, because I was thinking, how is that going to work? Anyway, they walk up to Faurzia and she's like, oh, what is happening now? They take their hood off and they hand her a card and they're like, you have been murdered. And she's like, I knew, Linda, I knew it was you, I knew it was you. And she's like, you're next, you're going out next, you're going out next. And guess what, Linda did go out next. So if anyone has got Fauzia's number, could you please give it to me? She needs to tell me what the winning lottery numbers would be like, because she predicted Linda's exit from the show, and she was spot on 100%. So yeah, episode 7, I enjoyed it. I know it started off really slow. Could it do with a bit more drama? Yes, but to me, it's picked up, and I'm thoroughly loving the show. So now we would see in episode 8 if Charlotte accepts this invite, or if, you know, she will just be like, you know what, no, if she would do an Anna and say, no, I'm not taking it, it's fine, you can get rid of me. And if she does, guys, do you think she would be as good as a traitor as Mina is? Let me know in your comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.